They called themselves the people's car. They said they cared about the planet. They said they built the cleanest diesel engines in the world. But in 2015, the world discovered that Volkswagen, the largest automaker in Europe, had been lying. Millions of cars, years of deception, and a scandal so massive it would cost the company tens of billions of dollars and permanently damage its reputation. This is the story of Dieselgate, how a global empire cheated the world, got caught, and paid the price. For decades, Volkswagen was more than a car manufacturer. It was a cultural icon, the Beetle, the Golf, the Passat, vehicles that symbolized reliability, practicality, and German engineering. By the early 2000s, the company wanted more than just popularity. They wanted dominance in the US market, a place where Japanese brands like Toyota and Honda were winning, especially with their fuel-efficient hybrids. Volkswagen believed diesel could be their weapon, cleaner than gasoline, more efficient, and with lower CO emissions, at least on paper. They launched a massive marketing campaign. Clean diesel, better for the environment, smarter choice. American consumers loved it. Regulators praised it. Sales grew. Volkswagen claimed they had cracked the code. A diesel engine that was powerful, affordable, and environmentally friendly, or so everyone thought. Behind the scenes, Volkswagen engineers faced a problem to meet strict US emission standards. Their diesel engines needed expensive technology that would reduce nitrogen oxide pollution. But that would make the cars slower, more expensive, and less fuel efficient. And Volkswagen didn't want slower. They wanted to win. So instead of fixing the engines, they wrote code, a defeat device. This hidden software could detect when a car was undergoing an emissions test. When the wheels turned but the steering wheel didn't move, just like in a lab test, the car would automatically switch to a special clean mode. In that mode, emissions dropped dramatically, enough to pass even the strictest government tests. But the moment the car hit the real road, the software turned off. The engine switched back to normal mode, releasing up to 40 times more pollution than allowed. For years, Volkswagen sold millions of clean diesel cars that were anything but clean. For a while, the lie worked perfectly. Volkswagen received awards, their cars earned top green ratings. Customers believed they were helping the planet. But in 2014, a small research team from West Virginia University, funded by the International Council on Clean Transportation, decided to test real-world emissions. They didn't expect to uncover a scandal. They simply wanted to prove that American diesel cars were cleaner than European ones. Instead, they found shocking results. Volkswagen diesels were polluting far more on the road than in the labs, sometimes by 30 or 40 times the legal limit. The researchers published their findings. Regulators started asking questions. Volkswagen gave technical excuses. They issued recalls. They blamed unexpected conditions. But the data didn't lie. In September 2015, after months of pressure, Volkswagen finally confessed. Yes, they had deliberately installed defeat devices in about 11 million cars worldwide. The fallout was immediate. CEO Martin Winterkorn resigned. Stock prices crashed by nearly 40% in days. The company faced over $30 billion in fines, buybacks, and legal settlements. Criminal investigations began in the US, Germany, and beyond. Several executives were arrested. One was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Volkswagen, the pride of German industry, had become a global villain overnight. This wasn't just a corporate scandal. It had real human consequences. Those cars emitted massive amounts of nitrogen, oxides pollutants, linked to asthma, lung disease, and thousands of premature deaths. Consumers felt betrayed. Environmental groups were outraged. Governments questioned how a company could cheat for so long without anyone noticing. And it wasn't just Volkswagen. Investigations revealed that other automakers were also manipulating emissions. Though none on VW's scale, Dieselgate exposed a truth the industry didn't want the world to see. Clean diesel wasn't so clean after all. Volkswagen's brand was in ruins. But it wasn't the The end, the company promised to change. They shifted billions into electric vehicle development. They launched new EV models and pledged to become a leader in zero-emission cars. A bold attempt to erase the past with a greener future, but the shadow of Dieselgate still lingers. People remember the ads, the lies, and the arrogance. Dieselgate wasn't just about cars. It was about trust, about what happens when winning becomes more important than ethics. When a company values market share over honesty, short-term success over long-term responsibility, Volkswagen wanted to dominate, and they didn't till the truth caught up. Their story is a warning. No matter how big you are, no matter how clever your technology, if you build your empire on deception, it will eventually collapse.